What's up guys, CutEasier72 here, back with another guide video. Today I'm going to be going over all the items, all the good items in the game in standard and expanded. I'm not going to go over tools or A specs. I'm going to save those for another video, but as you can see there's a whole bunch of items in this game, but most of them are not really useful. So in this video I'm going to go over the most useful ones and the best ones you guys should put in your decks. Okay, so starting off first with all the items in it in the standard format. There's a whole bunch of them. I'm gonna go over all of them. So first, starting with Capacious Bucket. Search your deck for up to 2 energy cards and then put in your hand. So it's kind of like a Professor's Letter, but it's really good because you can get 2 of them. But this is only for water decks. So if you're playing a water deck, you should definitely use this. Next up, you got Cherish Ball. So this is good for searching for any Pokemon GXs. This is used in a lot of Mewtwo and Mew decks for sure. Also, if you're playing a Denena, you may as well plop this in and then just easily search for that. We got Crushing Hammer, so this is used in so many decks. It's been around forever. Flip a coin. If heads, discard an energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. So it's kind of like a chance thing, 50-50. But if you do land it, then it can really annoy your opponent and then like push them back around. So we got Electromagnetic Radar. If you play this card, you have to discard 2 cards from your hand and then search for any 2 Lightning Pokemon GX or EXs. So this is good like for Pika ROM decks, really, just Lightning decks that play GXs. So yeah, I mean, if it was a V2, it would be really good. But this deck is definitely good. This card is definitely probably better at expanded because you can search for EXs, like stuff like Jolteon and stuff like that. Next, we got Energy Switch. So this is played in a lot of ADP decks, stuff where and Lightning decks, honestly, with the Tapu Koko in Lightning decks. But this is really just good for getting all of your energy to one Pokemon, so you can attack really early in the game. Evolution Incense, just really good for getting, V maxes in your hand. Any evolution Pokemon, just really good. We got Fire Crystals, so this is definitely used in a lot of Blacephalon decks for sure. Really any fire energy, this could be good if you're discarding like a lot of cards from your hand. Then we got Great Ball, so this is good if you're playing a lot of Pokemon. If you're not playing a lot of Pokemon, then this probably won't find too much use, but you can search for the top 7 cards of your deck and then you can reveal any Pokemon you find there and put it in your hand. We got Great Catcher, again, a really solid card, really useful. It's basically like a boss's orders, but it has to be against the GX or EX, so GX most of the time. Mostly Denenes, ADP, stuff like that. But you have to discard 2 cards from your hand, which is kind of a downside. But this being not a supporter is really good, with it being an item. So we got Great Potion. The regular potion does 30. I found use of this card in a few of my tag team GX decks. So 50 damage is 50 heal is no joke. It can definitely add up if you keep playing these over and over again. We got Lily's Pokédoll. So this is just good for delaying the game, really, because like your opponent cannot switch. If this is in your active, your opponent cannot switch, or if they do, they're gonna have to use the bosses or something like that. But if they don't use any of that, then you get a free turn of doing whatever you want. But so does your opponent. So we got Metal Saucer. So this is really good in ADP Zacian decks for sure. Any metal deck, really. Just everyone likes to accelerate energy. So I mean, a Metal Saucer does that if you have metal in your discard. I mean, it's only with bench too, but Ordinary Rod. So this is good for getting getting cards from the discard back in your deck. So either 2 Pokemon or 2 basic energies. So you're probably gonna be doing 2 Pokemon most of the time. And Pal Pad, again, for getting stuff from the discard back into your deck. 2 supporters. So this is good for like getting bosses. If you don't play a lot of bosses, other supporters like Research, stuff like that. We got a Pokegear. This is good for finding your supporters, really. If you don't play a lot of supporters, you definitely want to throw these in your deck. We got Pokemon Communication, again, really good card just for finding. Well, you have to have a Pokemon in your hand to use it, but you can search for any other Pokemon, and the Pokemon in your hand isn't discard; it's thrown right back in your deck. So It's a really nice card. Then we got Quick Ball, of course. I mean, every deck in Standards plays Quick Ball, dude. They're literally better than Ultra Ball. Um, you only have to discard one card, so and then search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Like if you're playing pretty much every deck in Standard uses like 3 or 4 of these, dude. It's just a really good card. And Rare Candy, of course, been around forever. You can basically skip an evolution and evolve a Charmander into a Charizard. Your second turn. Really good. We got reset stamps, so this is actually banned and expanded because it would be pretty OP. But this is good if your opponent doesn't have a lot of prize cards left, and you can like make them draw only 1 or 2 with it. So it's kind of like an N, but it only works for your opponent. Scoop Up Net, again, really good card. This card was so good that Shaman had to be banned and expanded. But put one of your Pokemon that isn't a V or GX in your hand, and discard, and you have to discard everything. But this is good for Zigzagoons, scooping up those, just doing more damage. So really good card. And also if you don't get a bad, or if you get a bad starting Pokemon, then you can pick it right back up, and then it's basically like a switch for like Jirachi, stuff like that. And speaking of switch, again, this is played in like every deck in Standard. You can switch your active with one of your bench. This is good, especially for like special conditions, and then basically any other purpose really. We got a Tag Call, again, a really good card for this tag team meta. I mean, when the whole Standard gets rotated, this card will be pretty much useless in Standard, at least though. But this is good for Expanded too. Search for any tag team cards, which means Pokemon, supporters, items, everything like that. Really nice. And then Tool Scrapper, kind of like a Field Blower, but only for tools in Standard at least. And then you can discard two tools from your opponent. So Turbo Patch, I feel like this card is kind of dying out again, but it's still good. I mean, you can use this to, again, more energy acceleration. There is a chance component to it. If there wasn't, then this would be way too OP. But yeah, basic Pokemon that is in GX, so V's most of the time. Yellhorn, this is an alright card. It could be used in a few decks like Vigavolt or something. You're definitely, if you want to play this, you're definitely gonna want to have Pokemon that can retreat easily, because you don't want your active Pokemon confused. So yeah, that's it for all of the Standard items. Let's move on to Expanded. Okay, now we're on to Expanded, the Expanded items. Okay, now on to all the Expanded items. So this is where stuff get a little bit crazier. But we got Acrobike. Look at the top 2 cards in your deck, and then put one in your hand, discard the others. So this is just really good for seeing 2 cards in front of you in the top 2 cards of your deck, and then grabbing one of them. You do have to discard one, but that could actually be benefit if you're playing like something like Mad Party, something like that. We got Aqua Patch, so this is only good for water decks, of course. This is basically like a Metal Saucer. It literally is a Metal Saucer, but a water one and expanded. Battle Compressor, I mean, this is just used for Mad Party, Night March, dark decks with Darkrai in it. Really anything, discarding Executes too. This is just a really good card. Bro, the day this gets banned, if this gets banned and expanded, I'll literally cry, because yeah, all I play is Mad Party. So I hope this card does not get banned, but just really good for certain decks. Dive Ball, search your deck for any water Pokemon. You can be Stage 2, Stage 1, basic, doesn't matter. Reveal it, put in your hand, which is really good for water decks at least. Electro Power, so this is good for lightning decks, where you can do an extra 30 damage to the active Pokemon. So it's kind of like a Leon, but it's not a supporter. So definitely really useful in lightning decks, just for getting that extra damage. Energy Lotto, this is good. I played, I think, in my alternate Groza deck, and then you could look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and then you can plop an energy in your hand. This is kind of an iffy card though, because if you're playing a lot of energy, then you'll probably have use of this. But if you're not playing a lot of energy, then it might be kind of hard finding the energy using this card. We got Enhanced Hammer, really good, or item in expanded. I mean, it's basically like a crushing hammer, but it's 100% of the time. And a lot of people play special energies. Not too many decks play like all basics, so really with all the special energy going around now, Enhanced Hammer is definitely a really good item to play. Field Blower, this is probably like one of the most common um, expanded items. I mean, this is like the Tool Scrapper, but you can do stadiums too. This doesn't work against the, was it Prism Star stadiums. So, but still, this is just really good for getting like chaotic swells out of there, and then putting your own stadium down. Heavy Ball, this is good for just when you have a lot of heavy Pokemon. Retreat cost of 3 or more. Not a bad searching card. Hypnotoxic Laser, really good item. Um, it for sure makes your active Pokemon poison, and then it also has a chance of making your Pokemon your opponent's Pokemon asleep too. So this is really good just for okay. Network connection lost. Cool. What the hell, dude? Okay, as I was saying, again, Hypnotoxic Laser, really good card. Really paired well with Verbank City Gym. We got Level Ball, again, really good just tool for getting more Pokemon into your hands, into your hand. They have to have less than 90 HP though, so it's only gonna work in certain decks though. Max Potion, this is like one of the most OP cards in the game. I swear to God, if you play it right, it like I made a Snorlax deck, and this Max Potion just was killing my opponents. This could be a really rage-inducing Pokemon or card, like because you can heal all damage, which could be like up to 300 if you're playing like a really high HP Pokemon. But you do have to discard energy, but in certain decks, I mean, that won't be a problem. So this is definitely an OP card in certain decks for sure. Mysterious Treasure, this is played in pretty much every alternate Crozet deck, really. You have to discard a card though, but you can search for any Psychic or Dragon Pokemon, basic or Stage 1, 2, doesn't matter. A lot of these expanded cards are really good for searching for Pokemon. Again, Nest Ball, so you can search for a basic Pokemon, but the thing is you have to put on your bench, so you definitely can't use this on a Deneti or Crobat, because then the abilities on them would have no use because it goes directly on the bench. Netball, good for getting basic grass Pokemon, or an energy card if you need it. I mean, this is played in Alolan Executor. There's not too many other grass decks, but if you are playing a grass deck, then this is a pretty good option. Order Pad, so I actually play this in my Honchkrow deck. It's a bit an iffy card again because it is a chance card, 50-50 chance, but you can search for any item card, any other item hand, or in putting your hand. So we got Professor's Letter. So this is like the water thing in standard, but you can search for any 2 basic energy cards. So if you are playing a lot of basic energy, you definitely want to use this. Definitely want to use Professor's Letter. We got Rescue Stretcher. Again, a pretty OP thing. You can either put a Pokemon from your discard in your hand or shuffle 3 into your deck. So this is a really good option using a lot of decks and expanded. We got Roller Skates. So another chance card, but if you do land hands, you can draw an extra 3 cards. So a really good item. Special Charge. Again, really good. I use a lot of these in my decks, so I'm really familiar with all of them. But you can shuffle 2 special energy It's basically just recycles special energy and puts in the back of your deck. So it's played in really Mad Party, Ultra Necroza, anything where you're playing not a lot of special energy, so you're gonna definitely have to put them back in your deck. We got Trainer's Mail, kind of like Acrobike. You can search for or look at the top 4 cards, and then well, actually it's kind of like a Jirachi. It's kind of like a Jirachi, but it's an item. So I mean, it's a really good thing, because if you play a lot of trainers, which I mean, decks play like almost half of their cards all trainers, so you can search for any trainer on the top 4 cards of your deck. Really good. We got Ultra Ball, so one of the most famous cards or famous items. It's basically like a quick ball, but you discard one more, and you can search for any Pokemon. Any Pokemon, doesn't matter. Again, basic, stage 1. Because Quick Ball is only basic, so Ultra Ball is kind of better. So we got VS Seeker. So this is a really, I mean, I would play this card in like every expanded deck. Easy, just getting the supporters back in your hand. It's like an Eldegoss, but you don't need to do anything. You don't need to put an item on your or a Pokemon on your bench. You can just use an item, plop the supporter back in your hand. So really good for like getting like a boss's life center out of your discard, putting your back in your hand, you research anything. Okay, well that's all the expanded items. So, alright guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. Explaining, really long video. I explained all the good items in both standard and expanded. I hope I helped you guys out. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and that's it guys. Alright, peace out.